Cervical intervertebral disc herniation occurs when the nucleus pulposus protrudes through the annulus fibrosus, creating mechanical compression on nearby cervical nerve roots. The major clinical problem is nerve compression, leading to pain, numbness, weakness, and functional impairment. Most herniations occur in the lower cervical spine, especially C5 to C6 and C6 to C7. The nucleus pulposus is the soft, gel-like center of the disc, while the annulus fibrosus is the tough outer ring that contains it. In a healthy disc, the structure acts as a cushion between vertebrae. With herniation, the nucleus breaks through the annulus and compresses the exiting nerve root, producing neurologic symptoms. Disc failure usually develops from a combination of degeneration and mechanical stress. Over time, discs lose hydration and flexibility, weakening the annulus fibrosus. Repetitive motion, poor posture, lifting, twisting, and trauma can then trigger disc rupture or herniation. Patients commonly present with localized neck pain, reduced range of motion, and muscle spasms. When nerve roots become compressed, symptoms radiate into the arm and hand. Patients may report tingling, numbness, weakness, or decreased grip strength depending on the affected dermatome. Dermatomes help localize the affected cervical nerve root. C5 compression commonly causes shoulder pain with deltoid weakness. C6 affects the thumb and wrist extension. C7 commonly radiates into the middle finger with triceps weakness, while C8 involvement affects the ring and pinky fingers and may reduce grip strength. Diagnosis begins with a thorough history and neurologic physical examination. MRI is the gold standard for evaluating cervical disc herniation because it clearly visualizes soft tissue and nerve compression. EMG and nerve conduction studies are useful when symptoms overlap or when the exact neurologic level remains unclear. Radiculopathy involves localized nerve root compression causing dermatomal pain, numbness, and weakness. Myelopathy is more serious because it reflects spinal cord compression. Red flag findings include hyperreflexia, gait instability, clumsy hand coordination, and bowel or bladder dysfunction. Most patients begin with conservative management, including rest, activity modification, physical therapy, NSAIDs, and muscle relaxants. If symptoms persist, treatment may escalate to oral steroids or cervical epidural steroid injections. Surgical intervention is considered for progressive motor weakness, severe uncontrolled pain, or signs of cervical myelopathy. Discectomy removes the herniated disc material to directly relieve pressure on the nerve root or spinal cord. Cervical fusion stabilizes the spine after decompression or when structural instability is present. The primary surgical goals are decompression, pain relief, and preservation of neurologic function. Patients presenting with neck and arm pain must first be screened for myelopathy red flags, such as gait disturbance, hyperreflexia, or bowel and bladder dysfunction. If red flags are present, the patient requires urgent MRI and surgical consultation. If no red flags exist, management focuses on identifying the affected dermatome and beginning conservative therapy with rest, NSAIDs, and physical therapy. Failure to improve or progressive weakness may require escalation to injections or surgical intervention. Cervical disc herniation occurs when the nucleus pulposus compresses a cervical nerve root or spinal cord. Key symptoms include neck pain, radiating arm pain, numbness, tingling, and weakness following dermatomal patterns. MRI is the gold standard diagnostic test. Red flag findings such as hyperreflexia, gait instability, or bowel/bladder dysfunction suggest cervical myelopathy and require urgent surgical evaluation. Most patients improve with conservative management, but progressive neurologic deficits may require discectomy or cervical fusion.